Hey there, I'm Cami McBride, author of The Herbal Kitchen at CamiMcBride.com, and I'm here at Mountain Rose Herbs today, at Mountain Rose Mercantile, and I want to make a foot soak for you today. And if you haven't, you might be just starting out with your herbal medicine studies, you might be dabbling, you might have been doing herbs for years, but I want to know if you do foot soaks. And incorporating foot soaks into your life is one of the best herbal medicines, one of the best herbal remedies, one of the best ways to really bring a very enjoyable way of taking care of your body into your life using herbs in a way that is so nourishing. And in my house, we do foot soaks in the evening, not every evening, usually like around once a week. And it's super bonding and calming, and everybody's nicer after they do foot soaks. So we're gonna make a cool me down foot soak. And this foot soak is really wonderful for in your nerves. You access your nerve endings in the feet, and so you can actually reach the nervous system throughout your entire body if you're just soaking your feet. And this is a cool me down foot soak, and so it's really, really good for when you just feel kind of hot-headed or irritated, agitated, and maybe it's a hot day, maybe you just work too hard. In Ayurveda we talk about how heat rises in the body like fire rises in the house. And so if you can feel that like toward the end of the day or after a lot of stress, you can just kind of feel pressurized in your head and maybe even irritated, or just that whole term hot-headed, right? And so this foot soak is so nourishing and grounding and calming and helps to pull that heat out of your head and just helps you chill out. And so it's super simple. And what we're going to do today is we're going to make just a little bit, but we're going to do a quarter cup of rose petals, 2 tablespoons of lemon balm, and a tablespoon of peppermint. We're going to, oh my gosh. As soon as I open this, it's just like, whoo, the magic. So this is how you do this, super simple. So we're going to take a quarter cup of rose petals. And the rose petals, they're cooling and calming and nutritive to the nervous system. And rose petals, they just, that whole saying, stop and smell the roses? There is something about roses. They help you take a breath. They help you just take a moment to calm and nourish your nervous system. And then we have lemon balm. And let's see, we're going to do 2 tablespoons of lemon balm. And 1 tablespoon of peppermint. And again, this is so easy. This is the easiest thing you can do. If you're, for what I'm noticing right now is a lot of people feel overwhelmed by their herbal studies, just all the information. And this is one way. One of the ways to really deal with that overwhelm is to start embodying your herbal medicine, start getting your herbal medicine on your body. And your herbal foot soaks are just a wonderful way to really include your senses and engage your senses in your herbal studies. And that way you digest it on a deeper level and you take it out of your head, The way to deal with the overwhelm is to pull it out of your head and really get into these wonderful body treatments that you can do using the herbs. So this is really very simple. You just mix all this together. Now, you can just put this directly. So what I would do from here is I would bring to a boil a gallon of water, and I would put in 2 of these pouches. So I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of the mixture into a pouch. So you could put the herb directly into the water, but it's such a mess. And then you have to clean it out. So you can put it into these pouches and you just throw this in the gallon of water, bring it to a boil, just let it, turn the heat off, and then just let these steep in the water for 15-30 minutes and let it cool to exactly the right temperature for your feet. And then you would soak your feet in there, and you can soak it for as long as you want. Actually, I've fallen asleep before with my feet in a foot soak. But you can just 5, 10, 15 minutes. So you make these, and these make really great gifts. So you can make up a bunch of these, put them in a pretty jar, and give them as gifts. And it's really, it's really nice to do, like if you have some friends over for dinner. I have one student, in the 30 years I've been teaching herbal medicine, I've seen my students do some really creative ways of incorporating their foot soaks. And I have one student that she started doing foot soaks before family gatherings. And at first people were like, what? And then all the kids got into it, and then the teenagers got into it, and then after a couple years, pretty soon she had the adults in there, and now they do foot soaks. And she says everybody's a lot nicer at the family gathering, and that was her goal, is to help people bond and connect. And so I think that's really interesting. There's a lot of, if you're having a birthday party, there's a lot of ways that you can incorporate the foot soaks into your lifestyle. And again, they're super, this one is very grounding, calming, restorative. So, simple. There's your Cool Me Down foot soak, and you can make up a big batch of that. Give it again, like I said, it makes a really wonderful, great gift. And there you go, Cool Me Down foot soak.